Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action. I'm back with another movie update this time. Not a very big one. I thought I'd just do a short little update for the end of the month. I've got a few Blu-rays here, one DVD, a book, and a big box set we'll save to the end. We are listening to the split between Spectral Law and Mare Cognitium. I think it's how you say them, Mare or Mare? I'm not too sure. But really stellar atmospheric black metal from these guys. Been a big fan of Mare Cognitium for a few years, and this was not the last release they put out, but the second last, I think. And it's really good. 3 tracks from the 2 bands. I think it's 2 from Mare and 1 from Spectral Law. Maybe it's the other way around. But anyway, very good stuff. They've done another split. The 2 bands have done, which is unusual most of the time. If you're a band, you do a split with a different band, but they've done another split with each other, and I need to pick that up because it's apparently very good. First thing I'm going to look at is a book. It was my wedding anniversary this week, and my lovely wife, she knows me too well, she picked me up this one. The Art of Horror Movies by Stephen Jones, the Illustrated History. This is really, really good. It's mainly a picture book, but it explains all kinds of stuff about the films, about the designs for the posters. It goes from silent era, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It goes all the way up to the 2000s. You've got plenty of good monster films and stuff in here. So it's a really good book. Look over, yeah, it even has the Ghana posters, which I think is great. I love that Cujo one. Absolutely spectacular. So yeah, this is a great book, and yeah, she knows me too well, so there you go. 14 years of wedded bliss, and it gets me this book. Very happy. So we're going to have a look at the Blu-rays at the top here first. This one, I was so surprised this got announced for a release. This is the double feature of Blood Fight and Ironheart. Bit of Bolo Yeung. Man, so surprising that this got picked up. So Ironheart had a Blu-ray from the UK, and it was average at best, and from 101 Films. They also put out Blood Fight on DVD, and it was terrible. Just borderline VHS. So I figured that was all we were ever going to get. Then this double feature Blu-ray came out, and it's a different kettle of fish. Nothing much different there. And tough one to crack open. It's only one double disc there, not 2 separate discs, but that's fine. The films are both in widescreen, which is exactly what you need. And I love the sort of faux rental stickers that MVD put on this line of films. I'm not trying to get all these. This is number 23 in the series. I'm missing half, and I'm not fussed to get them all. There's a few in there I've got no interest in. But I absolutely had to get this lot. Blood Fight is, well, actually both films are kind of similar in that, downtrodden martial artist takes on the throne of the, it's just kickboxer stuff, and it's just blood sport stuff, clones after clones. It's all the same stuff, and these films are really good. I particularly like Blood Fight. It's actually quite cheap. So there you go. Speaking of cheap, Day of the Warrior, next one in the Andy Sidaris line. Ah, dear, oh dear. I'm just getting these, throwing them on the Amazon orders when I need to pad out the shipping. I think I've got like 2 more to get, 2 or 3 more. I've never seen this one, but it's got some assets there. I think you'd agree would bump it up my queue. So there you go. Day of the Warrior, Andy Sidaris. It's just going to be cheap action and girls in bikinis. The lethal ladies are back, as it says on the back. So there you go. Very cool. This came recommended to me from my buddy Extra the Mutilator. Black Sight. This was really, really good. Indie film from British director Tom Patton, or Payton, I'm not sure. Yeah, this was actually quite a clever story. I love the art on this too. So the idea behind the film is that we live in a world where at some point in the past, all of the old gods, you know, the ones referenced by Morbid Angel, they all came back through a portal or another universe or something and sort of claimed control of the planet. Humans worked out that using magic, we could send them back to their own dimension. And eventually we sent most of them back, and we formed this facility called Black Site, where you undertake the procedure to send them back. And it's all kind of medical. It's actually quite funny. I thought the concept of the film was quite strong. Execution was pretty strong. It is a low-budget film. It's got some flaws. Some of the acting's not the best. Some of it's really good. And they've done what they can with the low budget. Now, you're dealing with old gods. You want to see, you know, giant Cthulhu monsters, but you only see small parts of that. They get away with it by having the plot device that to transport the old gods to the facility, they put them temporarily into a human host. So we get regular people acting as the gods. The guy that plays the god in this film, I forgot which one he is playing. Probably won't tell me here. It's one of the early five of the Greek gods. I can't remember which one it is. He plays a really good sort of. It's almost like a demented serial killer. Yeah, I thought the film was really good. It's got a bit of gore. It's got a bit of random sword martial arts, and it's just good fun. It's if you like The Void and that kind of occult horror film, I think you'll like Black Site. So there you go. Put out by who put this thing out? Dread Central, the website, actually put this thing out, and it's a real disc, which is good. Nice press disc. So there you go. I recommend it. Definitely worth checking out. And this one's good fun. This was an upgrade. Never thought I'd be able to upgrade this one to Blu-ray. Plaguers. Man, this is good. So, despite being on Wild Eye Releasing, this is actually a good film, which you can't say for most of their titles. But they bought a good one here. They didn't make this, as far as I'm aware. This is the 10-year anniversary. 10 years this film's been in existence. I had the local $2 DVD. Basically, this is Space Zombies. It's really quite fun. There you go, there's your Space Zombie. So, there's a crew of, I think they were like a salvage crew or something, I can't remember exactly. A fuel transport vessel, and they get hijacked by space pirate vixens. And this device that the crew found is accidentally opened, and it starts turning people into space zombies. And it's a space zombie movie. Good fun. The Blu-ray is very cheap, and again is a real disc, which is one of those things I have to sort of start mentioning now, because when you get these sort of Wild Eye or the cheaper titles like this, you start getting BDRs. Which brings me to the next film, Barge People. I've been quite interested to see this one. It seems quite interesting to me. Like the cover kind of drew me in. It's what is it? I'll just read from the back. A group of friends sets off for a relaxing weekend away. The canals, the glorious British countryside, unaware of the flesh-eating mutants lurking in the water. There you go. So that sounded interesting to me. And it got released, and I picked it up, and in nowhere did it mention the damn thing was a BDR. I don't like paying retail money for something I could have effectively made myself. It kind of really irks me. But I'm starting to learn the things to be able to realise. Amazon stopped writing on their listings, this is an MOD disc, it is manufactured by Amazon. They stopped doing that. But what you can tell is that the cases are not allowed to have the Blu-ray logo embossed, and on the spine they will write Blu-ray disc in sort of a lower, like sentence case with then a trademark on it. They're not allowed to use Blu-ray logos. You'll see it's none there. So it is a Blu-ray compatible BDR. It's not a Blu-ray disc because it doesn't have the encryption keys that Sony charge people to use. Anyway, I haven't watched the film yet. I will check it out soon, despite being a burn. It's the future we seem to live in. As usual, of course, Germany has put out the film on a press disc, so if I like it, yeah, maybe I will upgrade it to the German one. Strange Vice of Mrs. Maud. This is one of the classic giallos with the, and I'm going to get it wrong because I don't think I've actually heard this name pronounced. Edwidge Fenech. Edwidge Fenech. It might be Ed Wide. I'm actually not sure. You know who I'm talking about, but not too sure how to say her name, unfortunately. Yeah, this was one of the first giallos I ever saw way back when, like 17 years ago or something like that. And I never watched the DVD again. Then I got like a shameless upgrade, and I didn't actually ever watch that, which is terrible of me. Then I got the shameless Blu-ray of it, and I never actually watched it, which is even worse. And here we are now with the Severin Blu-ray, which I will watch. Anyway, it is a good film, and this one's from who directed this one again? This is Sergio Martino. I should have known that top of my head. Anyway, hopefully this will be the last in this film that I will be buying. And you get CD audio track, which is good. I haven't heard the soundtrack separately before. It's got a few interviews and introduction by George Hildren. That's cool. Audio commentaries and stuff. Yeah, so there you go. A few little things on there. Hopefully the interviews are more than just talking heads. But there you go. Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, one of the more classic giallos from the 70s? It is 70s, 1971. This one, wow, Satan's Slave. First time on Blu-ray ever, 1980 Indonesian film from Rapey Films, or Rappy Films. Rapey makes it sounds terrible, but anyway. We'll go with Rappy Films. Never seen it. I don't think many people had seen it until this disc came out. This is the kind of thing that I fully would have expected Mondo Macabro to put out. And, well, Severin did. So there you go, Indonesian, crazy-looking horror film. Show you some of the shots on the back there. The front poster's fairly average, but I don't think there's much else they could have used. Not sure how much material actually exists for this. It's also called Pengabdi Satan. There you go, that's the Indonesian title. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. There's going to be some trashy Asian horror, and it's got some packed all new special features, and yeah, seems pretty good. Interviews, audio stuff, short films. There you go. So that's going to be interesting. 2 short films there from the director of the remake, which I've never seen. So there you go. 1980 Indonesian, fairly lost horror film. Exciting to check that one out. And wow, The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. This is the new Steelbook Blu-ray from Synapse. Now I used to collect steelbooks, then I got massively over them because you just have to breathe on them the wrong way and they get dented, and yep, I got over them. But I'm making an exception for these Synapse ones because they're very few and far between. It's only the second one. Suspiria was the first. And they do have the outer slip that helps protect. Now, as for the film is classic. Is one of the classic zombie films from the 80s. I think it's from the 80s or late 70s perhaps. Reverse cover on this one, which is really cool. And the steelbook itself is fairly magnificent, actually. Pretty good. Be careful of all the paraphernalia that's going to fly out at me. But there you go. Pretty good there. And it is a chock-a-block 3-disc set. You get, is it 2 Blu-rays or a Blu-ray and a DVD? Blu-ray, DVD, and the CD soundtrack. Definitely one of the best of the zombie films from the period. This was the rear sheet. stuck on the back. I always take those off. 4K restoration from the 35mm camera negative. The last Blu-ray from Blue Underground was okay, but you know, not the best. New soundtrack, audio commentaries, the English language theatrical mono mix. That's a nice addition. A 90-minute documentary about the life of director Jorge Grau, who was the director of this film. And yeah, a few other things, some short featurettes and theatrical trailers. So it's actually quite chock-a-block. Get a booklet, which is just sort of writing up of the story, making of. Poster, I won't bother unfolding. Synapse film catalogue for 2020. And yeah, there you go. It's quite the release. It costs quite the money. You can get it from Diabolic DVD. It is on Amazon Australia right now, and will cost just on 3 figures, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know. Okay, and the next one we're looking at is an often maligned Lucio Fulci film. This is Demonia. I admit I've only watched this the once, and it would have been 20 years ago on a Rickshaw DVD that I somehow lost. I think I might have lent it out. I don't know what happened. I did see the film, and I have very little recollection of it. The cover of the old Rickshaw DVD was fairly terrible. The undercover here I don't think is much better. I much prefer their slipcover. So yeah, I don't remember a great deal about it, but thankfully I can now watch it on the last new Blu-ray. Lucio Fulci's Nunsploitation shocker scanned in 4K for the first time ever. So there you go. Interviews, Fulci Lives interview with Fulci on set of Demonia, so that's a nice piece of vintage footage. Yeah, commentary with Stephen Thrower, which is great, because Stephen Thrower knows his stuff. So yeah, I don't remember a great deal about this one at all, from 1990. It's well after Fulci's sort of golden period, but from what I remember, and from what other people have been reminding me of, it's actually a reasonably decent film. So it's Lucio Fulci. Like, there's always some fun to be had in pretty much most of his films. So I will recheck out. Let's just say check out for the first time, because I've got no recollection. Demonia. Nice slip there from Severin, and I'm re-sleeving on camera. Why do I do these things to myself? There you go. Demonia. Very cool. This one from Dark Force Entertainment. Insect. I wish they didn't use this silly name, because it is Blue Monkey. But you know, they had to do their glow-in-the-dark embossed slip, which is admittedly pretty cool, but the film is Blue Monkey. This was for a brief period of time going to be a Code Red release before Bill threw his toys. Funny that. So it says Insect on the disc. Have I seen the film? I have not. I am told it is really good. Canadian horror film from, where are we going here? Oh, of course it's written in Roman, and I've got to try and work that out now. 87? I think it's 87, so there you go. Reading my Roman numerals. Yeah, it's about a detective who must find a way to stop a giant monstrous insect from eating people in a quarantine hospital. There you go. That's the plot of Blue Monkey, aka Insect. I love this. This is the cover they should have used on the slip. It's much better than the embossed giant spider thing, so there you go. Looking forward to checking this one out. I do like big B-movie bug creature things, so... number 19 in Dark Force line, another line I don't collect everything of, I just get the ones I want, and Blue Monkey, aka Insect, was definitely one of those. Another one from them, this is the double feature Grindhouse release of Black Dragon and Enforcer from Death Row. I did the flip cover on this because I kind of like having the full posters on each side. One disc with both, but there's the other cover as it is released. So Black Dragon is a DVD upgrade from Code Red, who did with Black Dragon Returns. I think they did both films on the one disc. So here we get Black Dragon with Van Cleef, and the Enforcer from Death Row. It's actually the one I'm the most excited about because it's got Leo Fong, and I love Leo Fong. So I've not seen either of these ones, but I think they will probably make a good double feature as intended. So there you go. The Black Dragon, the new American superstar, with Jason Paipao, George Estraga, and Van Cleef, and Leo Fong, the new King of Kung Fu. So there you go. Very cool. Check that one out. I got the first 2 releases from the new Cauldron line, which you can only get through Diabolic DVD, all through Cauldron's own site if you live in the States. And this is the first one. It is number 1, American Rickshaw. God, I was stoked this thing came out. This stars a guy called Mitch Gaylord. Is that right? Did I get that one right? Yes, it is. It's Olympic gold medalist Mitch Gaylord. What a great name. I had this on Japanese VHS, and I love this thing. I thought it was a load of fun. It's Sergio Martino, fairly ridiculous, melting pot of witchcraft, and it's just got a bunch of bloody everything in it. Yeah. Anyway, embossed cover on this thing, which is... I just can't believe the effort they put into this American Rickshaw. Anyway, that's the cover I'm more familiar with. It's, of course, got Daniel Green, who is one of my favourite of the expats that gets thrown into Italian films. He's done heaps that I'm very much into, and he's more the main star of this than Mitch Gaylord. It's a Daniel Green movie, but I guess he didn't have the name for it. So anyway, just reading the back here, it was available on VHS in the States. Has a different name though. American Tiger. American Tiger is the name on the American VHS. The Australian, I'm pretty sure there was an Australian VHS under this title, and then the Japanese VHS. So there you go. An amazing upgrade that I never thought I'd be doing. I thought this would definitely be one of those stuck on tape movies forever. Unrated, widescreen, and a uncompressed mono soundtrack. So there you go. American Rickshaw with Mitch Gaylord and Daniel Green. Number 1 from Cauldron. Amazing. Number 2 is Abracadabra. This is the new film, I think it's the new film, or at least the last one, from the team behind, and I've just forgotten the name of the one they did. Francesca. Yeah, they did Francesca. So, yeah, I really enjoyed Francesca, which is like a modern sort of neo-giallo. Really, really pays homage to the classics. It's shot very authentically. Some points are really quite believable. I'm hoping the same happens here with Abracadabra. They really are putting a lot of passion into recreating giallo in... they're romanticizing it. Like, they get all the best bits and they make it the movie that you think about when you go giallo. Like, it's just all the best bits they try and put together. And just reading the back here, you get it's an Italian with English and some Spanish subtitles, or an English dub if you prefer. We get some cards and the soundtrack CD, which is very cool, and reverse cover, which is the same as the slip. So there you go. Abracadabra, reading from the back here, filled with a pulsing goblin-esque soundtrack. That's always good. 70s atmosphere and all the earmarks of a classic, paying homage to Argento and Sergio Martino. Plot: 30 years after his father is tragically killed during a magic trick gone wrong, Abracadabra, Lorenzo's own magic act is suddenly derailed by a series of gruesome magic-themed murders. Struggling to prove his innocence, he begins to unravel the mystery that leads him through the intricate, bloody trail all the way back to his father's demise. This sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to checking out Abracadabra. That's the last of these Blu-rays, and we move on to the DVD, the one and only DVD, which is actually my highlight of this update. Well, almost. The next thing after this will be the highlight. This is Seawolves, In the Line of Duty 7, and incredibly hard to get Joy Sales Legendary DVD. This one is Cynthia Khan film. You can see there on the front. Just another Girls with Guns film that I've never managed to see. You get the usual reverse. There's the normal poster. There's the landscape version of it. Very cool. Disc. Nice anamorphic transfer. The best you're going to get for this film. So this disc is long out of print, and yeah, not exactly an easy thing to find. So I was pretty damn stoked to pick up Seawolves. Paid, let's just say, more than a little, less than a lot, but very happy to have a copy of this one. I can finally check it out. I'm now only missing part 6, I believe, from this series. So there you go. That is Seawolves. Well, I'm definitely leaving the best till last. Oh. Gamera, the complete collection. This thing is an absolute freaking beast. Absolute monstrous thing. This is actually legitimately hard to hold. Arrow have completely outdone themselves on this box set. You get, I'm pretty sure this is every Gamera film ever made. You get Gamera the Giant Monster, Gamera vs. Baragon, Gamera vs. Gaios, Gamera vs. Virus, Gamera vs. Gurion, Gamera vs. Jiga, Gamera vs. Zygra, Gamera Super Monster, the Guardian of the Universe, Gamera 2 Attack of Legion, Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris, and Gamera the Brave. Oh, what a mouthful. What an enormous box set. Many people would have shown this by now. It took a little while to get from the UK to Australia. And I ordered through Zavvi, who did come through, obviously. They had a late shipment from Arrow, so everything got held up. It comes with a big book of comics, which is amazing, and it's got some incredible artwork in it. Quickly just flick through some of that. So there you go. Little comic story, Gamera. So these must have been old original comics back in the day, but yeah, I'm not familiar with them, but there you go. I guess that's the artwork from them there. A nice book of all of those. And of course, well, before we get to the discs, you get another book here. Some more great art. This one's more about the stories of the films. Sort of like, this is like the big chapter card, really. So you get the poster and you get all about that particular film. So you can read up about it as you watch it. It's just an amazing presentation for these series of films. And it's really just sort of the answer to Criterion's Godzilla set. Arrow's done one for Gamera, so that's great. And the last one, of course, is the monstrous Blu-ray set itself, which has an amazingly cool green spine. I think that's a lovely attention there. So like the Criterion Godzilla set, the discs are sort of slotted into the cardboard. Not too bad to get out. I did have troubles with my, I say that now on camera, I can't get the damn things out, but anyway, that one came out. There you go. I had troubles with the Godzilla set trying to get them out, but the Gamera ones are a little easier. So you get all the films. They are single disc, I think, for most. Some are double, but just an amazing set. Some cards, so art cards, which are very cool. Double stacked of those, and yeah, the be-all and end-all of Gamera. This is such a monstrous looking set, and massive props to Arrow for releasing this thing. If you missed out on it, it is gone, but they have announced for first quarter of next year a more reasonable box set that's going to have all the films, but I just guess no comics and things like that, and probably a smaller footprint, because this thing is an absolute friggin' beast. The mailman had a hernia just trying to get it up my stairs. So there you go, that's Gamera, the complete collection. This is my movie update. I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks for watching.